we'll sort that out with
Well,
the tour manager.
I've just been speaking with Sam, and Sam, of course, Sam as the promoter will be sorting that out
With
with
Mark.
Akon. Questions? Anyone with a question? Just a minute, I have a question for you for 1G Code.
Okay.
Hi, Akon.
Hey, what's up, babe?
How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful.
It's a privilege to talk to you, and
Hey.
we're excited about your performance in Kenya. Yes.
I'm excited as well.
Yes. Did you know that there's a Kenyan artist called Bandu who did a song called Mama Africa?
Oh, wow,
He
nice.
did a rendition actually of your song Mama Africa. Do you think you'll
That's
perform or do something with him on stage next week?
Well, yeah, you know, this is my first time hearing about it, and I haven't actually heard it yet. So, as far as my performance, I haven't set up to just perform. As far as surprise guests and everything of that nature, none of that has been organized or anything of that nature. So, I don't want to promise anything at the moment. Right now, I just know I'm here to deliver an amazing concert to set up, be done. And anything that happens once I get there, it just happen on the spot. So, as you know, nothing has been planned as far as featuring any African or Kenyan artists on stage at the moment. But normally, you know, when I get there, like I told you, we don't plan anything, man. We just go with the rhythm. We just go with how things is flowing. And anything can happen when I get there. So, you know, don't be surprised if that does happen.
Okay, just a minute. I have a question for you from Ricky.
Hi,
Hey, Ricky,
Akon.
how are you?
I'm very well, thank
How are
you.
you?
Good talking to you. I'm speaking on behalf of the Carnivore. We'll be hosting you for the concert. And,
Oh, wonderful.
Yes, and I just want to say we're really, really honored that you're going to be here, but I'd like you to just give us a brief overview, like your performance. You performed all over the world. Are you going to do something a little bit special for your Kenyan fans?
Well, I mean, everybody gets something. Like, none of the shows that we ever do is always the same. Everything is exclusive to that particular country, you know. That's why we always come like a day or two early, kind of get a better idea of the atmosphere, see what possible, what we can do, what we can't do, because the laws and you know, traditions are different everywhere we go. So we always try to cater the performance to the places where we are. So most likely it's going to be a lot different from what you've seen in the other countries.
All right, good things. And we're looking forward to having you over here. Karibu Kenya. And we carry that along.
You got it.
Okay.
Laura has another question for you. Hold on.
Hey, Akon, again. What has been the Nigerian effect to Conlive?
The Nigerian effect actually has been huge, man, you know, because for a long time we've been trying to put things together as far as getting, you know, the concept of African artists crossed over in the U.S. and the U.K. And, you know, so I know, you know, the success of the artists that we have signed already in Nigeria has definitely opened the eyes to the international market that Africa has amazing talent. You know what I mean? So we've been really excited about how things is rolling. And because of that, it was more of a test market to see how people internationally would perceive it. Even though in my heart, I knew they would perceive it well, because me, myself, I came from Africa, doing it successfully in the U.S. and the U.K., so I felt like the door was definitely open for other artists, you know, that had the same drive, rhythm, and also had the same concept in as far as bringing out the tradition of African music, you know, merging it with, you know, American and UK culture internationally. There was no way that it can't work. So I've been really excited about the feedback and how things have been playing out ever since we started signing African acts.
Great, thank you. Thank you.
Hi, Akon.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. Just a quick one. Are you going to be having any Bollywood renditions like Chama Cello here?
Yeah, definitely. Chama Cello was actually a part of the set, so we'll be performing that live as well too. One thing I have noticed that, you know, I have huge, massive, you know, fan base in India, and no matter where I go, they're always there. They're like, you know, my Africans. You know, my second home, man. So there's no way. Like it's almost impossible. I remember when I first did the song, I would go to certain areas where, you know, and I never thought that many people knew Chama Cello, like actually knew the song, because when I originally did it, it was supposed to be territorial just for the Indian market alone with Shah Rukh Khan. And I didn't realize just how many Indians were surrounded around the world until I did that record. So it's been an amazing journey, because they've been supporting me just as hard as my Africans been supporting. So I always make sure that song is performed in every concert now.
there's a big community here, Indian community here. We're looking forward to having you there.
No, absolutely. I'm excited.
Thank you. I have another question for you. Hold on.
Now that just you've spoke about having a great fan base among the Indian community, I just wanted to know, do you really get to know your fan base, especially from East Africa? Do you know any of East African musicians?
I'm sorry?
I'm asking, did you know the fan base from East Africa, your fan base from East Africa? Do you know any artists from East Africa that maybe you have listened to their music or that you have met before?
Well, the thing about Africa is it's over 1 million artists, man. It's so hard to really keep track of all of them now, because one thing Africa has realized is that, song and dance has been the one thing that got a lot of people out of the ghetto outside of soccer and football. So, I run into them every time, and it's so hard to keep track because I'm always trying to find ways to just open the doors for a majority of the artists. But the problem is when you think of Africa as a whole, it's so many. Like one city alone can hold over 1,000 artists. So me personally, I just try to represent, personally as myself as much as I possibly can. Because when I get in a position where I'm calling out names, then the pressure's put on me to mention pretty much the main artists from every country, and it's almost impossible for me to keep track. So what I do normally, I just try to represent as a whole for one continent, and just allow that door open for more artists to come out and expose themselves. Because I think it's rather better a lot of times for the artists themselves to represent, rather than one man trying to represent for them all. So ultimately, I just put myself in a position to just keep that door open for artists to expose themselves coming out of Africa.
All right, Akon, this is Ricky again. I just wanted
What's up, Ricky? Hey, man.
Yeah, I just wanted to quickly cover, because a lot of people have been asking. Akon's going to come on, it's going to be a great show, yes. But why don't you break it down for us? Let's know, who are you coming with? How is it going to be? Is it going to be like your band, your full band? How many people are there? Just break it down for us. Let us know how to expect Con Life family.
Well, I know it sounds crazy, but I probably have the smallest entourage in all of music business coming from this side, especially as an A-list artist in the U.S. But we come with maybe no more than 20 people, if not, probably less. I think it's around 18, if any. That includes the band, the production team, the whole works, man. But ultimately, when we get on that stage, it's a different story. The stage is me and the band. My band consists of about 6-7 people. That's just including myself. Then we have my lighting team, my production team, my assistants, wardrobe management. Ultimately, that's pretty much it. Man, but we try to keep it as intimate as possible. We keep the production to a limit, only because in certain parts of Africa, a lot of equipment that we require is hard to get over. It may take months and months to ship a lot of things over. So we create a show that we can pretty much do run and gun in any third world country, to where people can still get the same experience. But ultimately, we got a lot of surprises up our sleeves that's going to bring it out to a whole other level for the people out there.
Nice. Thanks a lot for that. So that's a full band backing you. It's going to be a crazy full live show.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
All right, can't wait. Be excited. Thanks so much. Hold on.
You got it, brother.
Hi, Akon. This is Gulam here. We are your hotel partners.
Okay, how are you?
Doing well, thanks. We just wanted to check how we can make your stay as comfortable as possible. Looks like you're in a nice room there, from what I see. So, what can we do?
See me?
Yeah. You can see.
Oh, I had no idea. I thought it was just.
Now you can actually see it. And, so, like I said, we are your hotel partners, and so what can we do to make Akon have the best possible stay in Kenya?
Me, my only thing is hospitality. Hospitality is the only thing that really, that more so, that at the end of the day, it's more, I concentrate on anything. I was raised in a hut, so the rooms don't really surprise me much. I'm very humble when it comes to stuff like that. I don't really stress, but I think, I'll be pretty cool. You guys sound like some nice people, and I know you're going to take care of me well there, so I'm not really worried.
Great, looking forward to having you then.
Absolutely.
Okay, thanks, Akon. We have another question from Laura.
Okay, yeah, maybe I am a groupie. That's why I'm asking so many questions.
You're supportive, man. Let's see that.
I hope your wardrobe people are going to get you safari boots, because one of the common things that artists do when they come down is adopt a lion or a cheetah. Would that be something that you're open to?
You know, I have two tigers already in Atlanta. Live, like I raised them as kids, as babies. You know, so I'm always open. I just gotta get the license now to get. I've been trying to get a zebra actually. I'm trying to get a zebra.
Then we'll get him a zebra.
We'll get you a zebra. Apparently you like stripes. I have another question maybe from Ranjiku. Hi.
Hey.
I'm good. This is Shiko. I wanted to ask, how many artists assigned to your label, the Convicts, African? Apart from
Carnivore,
these
Africa?
Yeah.
We got as of right now, we got 3. Yeah, we have as of right now we have 3 artists that's signed to Carnivore Africa at the moment.
Okay, would you like to name them?
Yes, we have WizKid, Davido, and then we have they're gonna kill me. These are my brothers back, and I just call them Block. The 2 twins. Help me out. These 2 twins gonna kill me. They're the biggest artists on the label. So far those are the ones that we have, and we're finishing up WizKid's album now. Actually, as we speak, his album will be done before the end of the month. And then we're gonna do a Pan-African tour with myself, WizKid, Peace Plan, Davido, and as we speak, we're signing new artists all the time. You know, those are the 3 first artists that we signed. Of course, as you know, they're from Nigeria. And then we're just looking for new acts that'll start branching off. We're going to go to South Africa, sign a couple acts there as well too. While we're in Kenya, we'll be scouting. So everywhere we go in any African country, we scout now, like full speed. Now that we see the system is working, the artists are working. Now we're on a level with it.
Are you looking at people like Sakute of Ghana?
Yeah, actually, it's funny you mentioned that because it was a conversation that came up a couple of months ago as well too. We haven't sat down and went through a whole it's pretty much skip about how that would work out, because he himself is already tied into a couple situations. So if it works out, then he'll be a part of the team as well. If not, you know, we're always open to make more, of course, conversation, sign other acts.
And the last question, how's the whole experience working with P-Square or Beautiful Oni?
The experience pretty much was very easy. You know, those guys, what I love the most about P-Square is they're very humble. They're open, always willing to learn. You know, they don't question too much. You know, they really, those boys work really hard. And sometimes the easiest thing is for them to ask that work hard. You know, most artists, they get to a certain level and feel like made it, so they don't work as hard as they used to. And P-Square is completely different. You know, and the same with David or because, you know, those guys are hungry, they're young. The generation has changed completely as far as the hunger, what and how much they expect of themselves. So I've been really excited, you know, to be in a position where these guys want to work hard, knowing that, of course, if you're going to be an international artist, there's no time for rest, sleep. You constantly got to be out doing what you do, and they understand that.
Akon, this is Mohenza.
Hey, how are you, brother?
I'm doing good. Now, my question is, what are some of the qualities you look for in artists before you send them to the level?
Well, the first and main quality is hard working. You know, people don't understand really how much it takes to be in this position or to be in this music business, entertainment business as a whole. You know, people look at it from the outside looking in and just assume it's just, you know, all glory. You know, because, you know, everywhere you go, you looking nice. You know, you make good money doing concerts and shows. Of course, the women are everywhere. So they look at it like it's just one party every day. It's completely opposite. Like, I don't get a chance to go out. You know, I don't party as much as I would like to. I mean, just the basic necessities as far as going to the movies now is almost impossible. So the everyday luxuries of life don't exist no more. It's just, now it's like I'm on myself. I represent a whole continent. You know, I gotta trust it, do how I do it. You know, even though, of course, most people say, well, it's not a role model, you're not responsible for others, but regardless of how you look at in these shoes, you are responsible because people look at you and judge a whole country according to what it is that you do. And I learned that kind of late in my career because, as you know, there was a lot of controversy surrounding me as I was coming up because I didn't really understand that. But every time I went through something, it was a flashback on Africans as a whole. Even artists coming up, they would always compare them to the actions that I made. So I realized that my actions pretty much represent the nation. So I kind of figured it out a little later, but at least I got a chance to be in the game long enough to understand that, you know what I mean? And ultimately, like, I try to install that in all the new artists coming up, kind of give them an overall feedback of what you expect, how much pressure will be on your shoulders, whether they like it or not. This is the responsibilities and the guidelines that you got to follow. You know, but more than anything, like I said, getting back to your answer to the question, hard working is the main thing that I look for in an artist. Of course, the talent comes without saying anything, you know, and more than anything, it's about imaging and packaging yourself for other people to understand what it is that you're bringing to the table.
Okay, Akon, how are you doing? My name is Moses. My name is Moses.
Hey, Moses.
I want to ask you if you are going to perform some of your old hits like Ghetto and Locked Up, or you're just going to concentrate on mostly on new stuff?
Oh, no. We never concentrate just on new stuff. The new stuff that we bring in, the exclusives, they're going to be records that you never heard before in your life that will be performing, because I always like to present brand new records. I'll give you also a tease of some of the songs going to be on the new album that's coming out in March. But we will be doing a lot of the older classics leading into all the album hits that you love as well, too. But it'll be kind of sporadic. So some songs, you know, we may not get around to because it's just so many, man. But ultimately, we're going to give you a nice list and a nice collection of records that, believe me, your favorite song will be played. That I can guarantee you.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Questions? This is a great opportunity, guys. No? Okay. Okay, I have a question in the back here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, what's good, Akon? My name is Finney.
What's up, Finney? How are you, brother?
What's good? So we have a lot of questions from local artists who have their music. They want to give you like their demos and stuff like that. I mean, are we going to have an opportunity to do that, or?
Well, the thing is, there's going to be a lot of people there also. I mean, if you bump into me or you bump into anyone in my team, you're always welcome to give them a CD or a demo package. But ultimately, if there's someone here that's listening or reading and that wasn't a part or can't, you know, or won't have the opportunity to get closer to me, you know, you can just log on to my website, hitlab.com, and upload the demo. You know, that website was made specifically for artists internationally to be able to upload their demos, upload their videos, and it's also a site where it's set up to, so it's a digital distribution site to where you can actually sell your music on the site as well too. And anyone that's an Akon fan that logs on will also be tribute to listening, hearing, and also having the opportunity to buy your demo from the site so you can create your own store. And it's really what it is like a digital distribution hub for anyone that hasn't been signed to a major or would like to have the opportunity to have the platform that the majors provide. And the site again is hitlab.com, hitlab.com.
Thank you.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Let's wrap this up. Here's Sam.
Hey, brother.
You got, what's up, Sam?
What's up, brother? Listen, I can't wait. I'm going to pick you up from the airport, and we're going to spend
Sam.
And we're going to make some history here, huh?
My man, absolutely.
All right, listen, you enjoy your weekend. I'm speaking to you tomorrow at 2:30 again. We're going to do the live radio. And let's hit the radio stations. Let's make them all know that you're here, you're coming. And I can't wait to see you, and we've got so much planned for you, brother.
My man.
All right, take it easy. God bless.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Take care. Bye.
There you go, ladies and
So he's
gentlemen.
not coming, huh?
And if you didn't ask a question, I'm assuming that everything has been answered. So thank you very much for being here.